Yes, I think we are live now. So, friends, indeed, a warm welcome to one and all. I, CA PRATIK, NEVE, welcome all of you to this batch of sum solving for indirect taxes for especially CA final students. So, friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. Friends, in today's session, our discussion will continue on. Yes, some questions we will do of input tax credit, and then of course, so what I have planned to do is divide ITC questions in various days. So two ITC questions we will do today, then we will go to TDS TCS topic, and then 1 to 2 questions of filing of returns also. Are you ready, friends, for this power pack session? Do let me know. And friends, I'm 100% sure you have subscribed to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any important video and any important notification. Yes, for more details of this batch, you can check the description to this video. And friends, this is our session number 8. Yes, you have heard it right. This is our session number 8. So you have not followed earlier session, go ahead and follow them as well. Okay, I'm 100% sure that this batch will be of utmost importance to all of you. So friends, going ahead to the ITC part now, on page number about 68. See this question we have to do 12th question. So we'll do this 12th question right now. Okay. In fact, not 12th. We have to do 9th question. 9th we have done already. We have to do 11th question. Yes. So are you ready for the 11th question? So 11th and 15th. These two questions we have to do in today's session for the ITC. See the 11th question on page 65. Okay. MEC Line Industries Private Limited, registered manufacturer of automobile components. Yes, so what are you doing? You are dealing in automobile components, located in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. You're operating a manufacturing unit registered under Factories Act. The company sources its input from both registered and unregistered suppliers from within Gujarat, other states, and also imports raw materials from Germany. So friends, this way you have got your purchases. The company furnishes following details for the month of December. So whatever you are doing is for the month of December. Okay, what finally you have to do? You have to compute eligible ITC and also net GST payable. All of you know that net GST payable will be output tax minus input tax credit. Okay, for the month of November. Now only point is, it should have been for the month of December. Yes, please do it for the month of December, because all information is given for the month of December. Okay. Note, CGST, SGST and IGST are at 9, 9 and 18% respectively wherever applicable. Necessary conditions, okay, friends, necessary conditions for availing ITC have been complied with. So of course, necessary conditions have been complied with by McLean Industries Private Limited wherever applicable. Of course, you can make suitable assumptions also wherever necessary. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try to, decode this question. Raw material is worth 4.2 lakhs. Means this is your purchases. Consumables, then transport charges for raw material. Of course, salary paid to employees, there will be no question of ITC because on salaries there is no question of paying any GST. Okay, life insurance premium for specified employees, telephone expenses, and bank charges. So prima facie, on life insurance, ITC is blocked as per 17(5)(b). Okay, but it will be allowed if this life insurance services are given to employees, means this life insurance policy is given to employees under any legal obligations, then it also will be allowed. But let's see in the notes. All values are exclusive of taxes. That is good. Applicable taxes have been paid, and additional information. Out of raw material, 1 lakh is procured from Maharashtra. Very good now. 1 lakh is procured from Maharashtra, and right now, see, this person is in Gujarat. So there will be IGST on this 1 lakh at 18%, that is 18,000. Agreed? Then 1.8 lakh is imported from Germany. Okay, so when it is imported from Germany, there will be some customs duty. So there is a basic custom duty. Of basic custom duty, you can't take ITC. Education says you can't take ITC, but yes, IGST's ITC you can take. So take that. 0.4 lakh from unregistered suppliers in Gujarat. No ITC. It is purchased from unregistered suppliers. So there is no GST on that. Going ahead, 1 lakh from registered suppliers in Gujarat. 1 lakh is from registered suppliers in Gujarat. So I am in Gujarat only. It is purchased from registered suppliers in Gujarat only. So there will be CGST plus SGST. But out of which raw material worth 0.06 lakhs was destroyed due to flooding. So 17(5)(h), no ITC. No ITC of this 0.06 lakhs. So do one thing, 1 minus 0.06 lakhs, 1 lakh minus 0.06 lakhs. So basically on 94,000 you can claim ITC. So 94,000 into 9% each. How much is that? 8460 each. You can claim ITC of that. Going ahead, consumables are from registered suppliers in Ahmedabad and include diesel. So friends, there is no GST on high speed diesel, motor spirit, that is petrol, then air turbine fuel, that is ATF, petroleum crude, and natural gas. So on this 0.3 lakhs, there will be no GST. So out of 1.5, you subtract 0.3, remaining is 1.2 lakhs. So on this 1.2 lakhs, which is purchased within the same state, okay, so there will be GST of 1.2 lakh into 9%. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so then going ahead, transportation includes 0.70 lakh paid to GTA in Ahmedabad. Okay, but when I'm talking about paid to GTA and at 5%, you all know reverse charge mechanism would be applicable in this case. Will you get ITC? Yes, but you will have to compulsorily pay this in cash, because in cash means you cannot use the ITC to pay this. So you will have to pay this along with output tax, and you can also take ITC of this. I'll show you as we go ahead. So 0.7 lakh means 70,000 into 2.5% each. Then 15 lakh paid to bullock cart. So no, I mean there is no output tax. Okay, there is no GST on this. Okay, so transport charges was 0.85 lakhs, and I have shown you its bifurcation. Okay, life insurance policies are taken for specified employees to fulfill statutory obligations. Okay, now see, it is to fulfill statutory obligations. So can you avail ITC? Yes. Okay, in such case ITC can be availed because it is the life insurance is given to employees under statutory obligations, and the provider is registered in Gujarat. So there will be CGST and SGST on this. So 1,90,000 into 9% each, 17,100 each of CGST and SGST. Audit fees paid to Messrs. Verma and Associates, CA in Gujarat. So again, on audit fees, you are going to charge what? CGST and SGST. But where is the audit fee here? Just check. Can't see any audit fees. There was a raw material, consumable, transport, salary, life insurance, telephone, and bank charges. Okay, let's see. Telephone expenses are for factory landline and mobile connections issued to staff for official use. Very good. So you can take ITC of this, and supplier is also in Gujarat. So on telephone expense, you will have CGST and SGST. So 0.35 into 9% each means 35,000 into 9% each, 3150 will be CGST and SGST. And then bank charges relate to current account with a private sector bank registered in Gujarat. Good. So, and claim ITC of this. Is it clear to you till this point? Is it absolutely clear to you till this point? Just let me know, all of you, because almost we are done with the ITC. If we get ITC systematically till this point, then we will be able to get total ITC also correctly. Opening ITC balance is also given as on 1st December of CGST, SGST and IGST. Okay, so opening balances, add ITC on purchases during the month. You will get ITC admissible for the month of December. Okay, and on that basis, okay, you will use that ITC to to pay output tax. What output tax you have? Within Gujarat, the sales are of 8 lakhs. So 8 lakh into 9% each, 72,000 each will be CGST and SGST. Other states, 4 lakh into 18%, 74 lakh into 18% will be 72,000 will be your IGST, and export under LUT will be 6 lakhs. It is letter of undertaking, it's export under that. So friends, this is zero rated supply and there will be no GST on this. Okay, so friends, shall we go ahead and solve this in detail now? I think we should solve this question in detail, okay, in the notebook. See this. Yes, thank you so much, Chinuji, for being consistent. And I think Nimiji is also there. Yes, so this is our sum number 11. So see, CGST, SGST, IGST, go ahead, you will get total ITC, then computation of net GST payable, output tax minus input tax credit, see your output tax as we discussed, then your ITCs, then you will get net GST payable. Shall we go ahead and solve so that we will have, you know, habit of solving such questions, because I don't know whether you have practiced such questions in your notebook or not. So I'm going to my handwritten notes now. See, give the heading question number 11, page number so and so. First of all, in such questions, what you will do, you will first of all do computation of ITC. So computation of input tax credit for the month of, yes, Soumyadip ji, very good evening, for the month of December. So we are doing computation of ITC for the month of December. Particulars CGST, SGST and IGST, all figures in rupees. I am not doing rupees in lakhs. I am doing figures in rupees. Start with A point, opening balances. Can you observe what are the opening balances? Please take that. It's given here. 0.18 lakhs means 18,000 of CGST. SGST is 10,000 and IGST is 12,000. This is your opening balances. Add. Now let's evaluate each and every purchase systematically. When I talk about raw material overall is 4.2 lakhs. Raw material overall is 4.2 lakhs. Let's see overall breakup is given or not. 1 lakh is purchased from Maharashtra. 1.8 lakh is imported from Germany. 0.4 lakh is, yes, from unregistered persons in Gujarat, and 1 lakh, yes. So details of 4.2 lakhs is given. So now let's do it step by step. 1 lakh is procured from Maharashtra. So add sub point 1 on raw material, on raw material purchased interstate. Do you agree? Why purchased interstate? Because as a registered person, I am in Gujarat. I have purchased from person in Maharashtra. So on raw material purchased interstate, it will be rupees 1 lakh into 18% directly IGST. So dash dash 18,000. Go ahead. Second point, 1.8 lakh is imported from Germany. In that directly 0.35 0.35658 is given as import duty. So imported from Germany, imported from Germany, ITC of IGST only. ITC of IGST. So dash dash and friends 0.3568 into 1 lakh, because these are above given were rupees in lakhs. So actually you will get 35,658. 35,658. Then friends, go to sub point 3, which is, see, from unregistered suppliers in Gujarat. From unregistered suppliers in Gujarat. From URD suppliers in Gujarat. So no ITC, there is no GST, no ITC. And lastly, you have 1 lakh from registered suppliers in Gujarat. So within Gujarat, that is within state from registered suppliers, within state from registered suppliers. So actually friends, within state from registered supplier is actually 1 lakh, but less 6,000. I'll explain you what is this 6,000. But on that, GST will be at 9% each. So it will be 94,000 into 9% each. That is 8460 CGST, 8460 SGST, and IGST will be dash. What is this 6,000? It is goods destroyed. It is goods destroyed, no ITC. No ITC as per section 17(5)(h) of CGST Act. On goods damaged, destroyed, lost, stolen, there is no ITC. So till now, only the raw material points we have completed. Go ahead to the second point. Now actually, that is going to happen, in this particular topic of ITC. When we start solving the sums, it's going to take a lot of time. But yes, that is the heart and soul of GST. So we should do that. Okay. Go to next point. Then after that, they had told you about transport. Okay. 0.70 lakhs paid to GTA in Ahmedabad. Okay. So next was transport only. After raw material, no, there was consumables also. Let's go in this sequence. So raw material we have dealt with. Now let's deal with consumables. So what happened in consumables was, consumables are from registered suppliers in Ahmedabad, means intrastate, but they have diesel worth 30 lakhs, means 0.3 lakhs, sorry, 30,000. So consumables. Consumables purchased intrastate. Consumables purchased intrastate. So they are 1,50,000, means 1.5 lakh minus 30,000. Will explain you what is this 30,000 into 9% each. So go ahead, 1,20,000 into 9% each. That is 10,800 is CGST, 10,800 is SGST, IGST is dash. Now understand one thing. What is this 30,000? It is diesel. On diesel, there is no GST and therefore no ITC. You have not paid only inward supply. So there is no question. You have not paid only GST on inward supply. There is no question of any ITC. Next is, friends, sixth point, GTA. Okay, goods transport agencies services. These are taxable on RCM basis. Means you will not pay the GST figure to the transporter, and transporter will not pay to government, but you as a recipient of supply will pay to the government. But speciality is that you will be able to take ITC. Okay, because anyways it is a tax on inward supply. So it is of 70,000 rupees, and mind you, it's given that the 0.7 lakh paid to GTA in Ahmedabad, so into 2.5% each. It is intrastate only. So you will get 1750 CGST and 1750 SGST and dash as IGST. Then go to seventh point. Seventh point is, so raw material done, consumables done, transport done, and of course bullock cart is not taxable. Non-motorized conveyance, you can write that if you want. Bullock cart transportation, no GST. So you have not, there is no GST on this. There is no question of any ITC. Then salary paid to employees, same thing, no GST. Salary to employees, when you paid that 6 lakh, you have not paid any GST on that. So there is no question of any ITC. So dash, dash, dash. Then you have life insurance premium 1.9 lakhs. So now go ahead, ninth point, life insurance. So life insurance, what happens? 1,90,000 into 9% each. You will get 17,100 each of CGST and SGST. Now in bracket you write usually ITC is not allowed. Usually ITC is not allowed for life insurance. For life insurance, full stop. It is allowed only if such policy is given is for employees under, yes, statutory obligation. Okay, so please allow it in this case. So in this case you are allowing it. Yeah, please allow it in this case. So you have allowed it. Go to 10th point. What you have after life insurance? Yeah, no, I'm just seeing. I just hope I'm properly audible and visible to all of you. In between, for few moments, I think there was problem with the net. Now it is sorted. Then telephone expenses. Telephone expenses. It is for business. So please take 35,000 into 9% each. So you will get 3150 each of CGST and SGST. And lastly, you have got bank charges, which is 12,000. So bank charges 12,000 into 9%. So of course 1080 each. That's it, friends. Now take the total. You will get total ITC for the month of December. And I hope that we have not done any calculation mistake. So go ahead. 18,000 CGST 8460. 18,000 was opening balance plus 8460 plus 10,800 plus 1750 plus 17,100 plus 3150. Oh no, just please do it again. 18,000 plus 8460 plus 10,800 plus 1750 plus 17,100 plus 3150 plus 1080. Am I getting 60,340? Just check, all of you. So 60,340 is CGST, 60,340 is SGST, and IGST is, oh no, wait. SGST will not be same because opening was 10,000 of SGST. So actually SGST will be 50,340. SGST will be 50,340. Opening is not same. And then IGST's opening is 12,000. So 12,000 plus 18,000 plus 35,658 plus, that's it, 65,658. How many of you are getting these figures? 65,658. If required, we can just cross check it once. See here, they might be in lakhs here. No, they are not in lakhs, they are in rupees only. Okay. Okay, opening they have not taken here. 48,280 plus 18,000, 66,280, and we have got how much? Difference of 5940. Audit fees. Okay. Audit fees were, we couldn't find audit fees, right? We couldn't find audit fees only of 60,000 in the question. That is fine. See, 9,000 we have taken. Raw material from yes, of course. Of course, audit fees ITC you will get, but audit fees was not mentioned in the question. Anyways, you don't worry. You can follow the solution which we are doing. It's absolutely fine. Okay, you follow the solution which we are doing here. Is it fine with all of you? So we can't see any audit fees here in the question. There was raw material, consumables, transportation, salary, life insurance, telephone, and then bank charges. ओके ओके, नहीं नहीं, एज्यूम कर लो इस ठीक है ऑडिट हुआ है, बट वी डोंट नो इट्स फीस, राइट? फाइन, let's go ahead, no worries. So these are your answers, these are your answers of ITCs. Now go ahead and calculate net GST payable. So write down computation of net GST payable, computation of net GST payable. How to calculate net GST payable? So particulars, always better if you do the columns properly. I hope in exam you will do that. CGST, SGST, IGST, figures in rupees. Very systematic about that. Be very systematic about that. Start with A point, output tax. So as far as output tax is concerned, check your sales. Okay, your sales we can see is within Gujarat 8 lakh. So intra-state is 8 lakhs. So on that 8 lakhs, you calculate GST at 9% each. So isn't it 72,000 each CGST and SGST? And then friends, on interstate supply, what is your interstate supply? Your interstate supply is 4 lakh. So on 4 lakh, calculate at 18% IGST. It will also come to 72,000. Okay, and then there is one more thing, that is export, and export is under LUT, that is letter of undertaking. So it is a zero rated supply. It is a zero rated supply. So 0, 0, 0. Can you please find out what is total output tax? So of course there is nothing to add also. 72,000 CGST, 72,000 SGST. Coincidentally, same 72,000 is IGST. Less ITC. Okay, let us start with ITC. ITC, which ITC will you use first? So always you have to use first ITC of IGST. So what is your ITC of IGST? 65,658. Use it here. 65,658. So ITC of IGST is used to pay output tax of IGST. Okay, so 72,000 less 65,658. So friends, you know what? Your overall ITC of IGST is over. There is no balance. So now you will after that use ITC of CGST. So you have used ITC of IGST to pay IGST. Now ITC of CGST you should use to pay CGST first, which is 60,340. So 60,340, use it. And then SGST, to pay SGST, there is nothing, there is no excess of anything in this question. So it is 50,340, pay that. So what is happening now? Can you tell me what is your net GST payable? What is your net GST payable of CGST 11,660 of SGST 19,660 of IGST 6342. Did you all understand, friends, how you had to go ahead with this question? Now this is net GST payable. In this, please add GST payable on reverse charge mechanism basis on goods transport agency services. This so you will have to only pay. How much you will have to pay this? This on GTA 1750 you will have to pay it to the government. So 1750. So now tell me, what is total GST payable in cash? In cash means by using e-cash ledger. So isn't it 13,410, then 19,660 plus 1750, 21,410, and lastly 6342. So are you all comfortable? Shall we go ahead to one more question of similar type that we have to do? Only if you are ready, we'll do that. See, we got net GST payable on FCM basis, then we added in that on RCM basis, and we got overall GST payable through e-cash ledger. Okay, fine. Then friends, we are going to one more question. Are you all ready? Who all are watching the session live? Just let me know. I know many of you will take benefit of this session. Yes, very good. Many of you will take benefit of this session watching it in recorded version also. I'm 100% sure about that. Okay. Now friends, one more question that I've decided to do is this 15th today. This 15th question. Let's do. And then after that, see, daily two questions we should keep on doing of ITC. If at a stretch we do ITC na, you will feel that syllabus, the questions and in this syllabus is not going ahead only, because we'll not be able to do much ITC questions. So what I have decided is daily two questions of ITC and then other allied topics. Clear? Makes sense? So today along with ITC, we will do TDS, TCS also. Okay. So let's do this question of ITC now, 15th, because totally 50 questions of ITC I have given you. See, Oleon Beauty Care Private Limited located in MP. So our supplier is in MP. He is a registered manufacturer of cosmetic products. Company has furnished following details. Everything is happening for the month of May. Okay. Receipts from supplies means this is your outward supply. This is your outward supply. On this you will have output tax. Okay, supplies within MP. So these are intra-state supplies, and friends, supplies to other states, these are interstate supplies. Exports under LUT are zero rated supplies. So no GST on this. Details of payments. So these are your inward supplies. These are your inward supplies. Raw materials from registered supplies in MP. So this is intrastate. Raw material from unregistered. So from unregistered suppliers, no ITC. Raw material from registered suppliers in Maharashtra. So friends, interstate supply, you will have on this IGST. IGST paid on import, yes, you will take its ITC. Consumables from registered suppliers in MP, including high-speed diesel worth 38,000, excise and VAT paid. So basically, out of 192, you will not get ITC on 38. So 192 minus 38 on 154, you will get ITC of, it is from MP itself, so of 99% each. Monthly factory building rent paid to owner in MP, again C and SGST ITC you will get. Salary paid to employees, nothing. And life insurance premium paid for specified employees, life insurance service provider is registered in MP. Very good. So you are now statutory obligation, insurer, wow, statutory obligation is there. So you will get ITC. And life insurance service provider is in MP. So there is a CGST and SGST. It is intrastate supply. And friends, there are opening balance also as on 1st May. CGST 24,000, SGST 18,000, IGST 18,000. Okay. Assume that all necessary conditions to avail eligible ITC have been complied with. Fantastic. Compute eligible ITC. So that is the first thing we will do, computing eligible ITC, and then also we have to calculate net GST payable for the month of May. Is it 100% clear to all of you what we are supposed to do? Output tax minus input tax credit. So now friends, the time required should be very less. For this now, the time required should be very less. So all these things should become very default for you, very obvious for you. So how will we solve it? This is question number 15. Isn't it? Yes, sir. It is question number 15. So first, I'm now just giving the answer as hint. So first, ITC for the month of so and so. I will not write the detailed statement, but in exam you should write in detail. Particulars, CGST, SGST, IGST, and all figures in rupees. Opening balances. Can you tell me what are the opening balances of ITC? Opening balances of ITC is 24,000 is CGST and S and I both are 18,000 each. Make sense? Yes, sir. Then go to B point. Under B point, okay, sub point 1, raw material from registered suppliers in MP. So intra-state purchase of raw material. So intra-state purchase of raw material is of 1,26,000. So please do 1,26,000 into 9% each. So it is 11,340 CGST, 11,340 SGST dash in IGST. Raw material from unregistered raw material from URD, unregistered suppliers, no ITC, no GST. So dash dash dash. Next, raw material from registered suppliers in Maharashtra. I hope all figures given are exclusive. Yes, it was given. It is exclusive of taxes. So third, raw materials from registered suppliers in Maharashtra. From registered suppliers in Maharashtra. So it is 1,18,000 into 18% because it is interstate. So isn't it 21,240 of IGST? Then IGST paid on imports from UK. IGST paid on imports from UK. So isn't it 26,150? 26,150. Go ahead. Consumables from registered suppliers in MP. Consumables from registered suppliers in MP. MP means out. We are where? We are also in MP, isn't it? We are also in MP. So actually, consumables from registered suppliers in MP was 1,92,000 was total, but 192 included 38,000 rupees of diesel on which there is no GST. So 192 minus 38,000, so 1,54,000 into 9%. So 13,860, 13,860 of CGST and SGST. This so no GST on no GST on high speed diesel worth 38,000. No GST on high speed diesel worth rupees 38,000. Okay. Then friends comes sixth point, which is rent for factory building. Rent for factory building. So rent for factory building is 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 into 9% each. So of course it will be 10,800 each of CGST and SGST. And then salary paid to employees, no GST. Salary to employees, no GST. So dash dash dash. Life insurance. So life insurance. Okay, uh, no ITC usually, no ITC usually as per section 17(5)(b) of CGST Act, but here it is for employees under statutory obligation, under statutory obligation. Therefore, ITC is allowed. Okay, therefore ITC is allowed. Now, how much is the amount? 2,40,000 into 9% each, because it is in the same state. It is intrastate. So 21,600 CGST, 21,600 SGST dash IGST. That's it. So please take total now. You are going to get therefore total ITC. Go ahead, take the total. 24,000 CGST plus 11,340 plus 13,860 plus 10,800 plus 21,600. So are you getting 81,600 of CGST? What about SGST? 18,000 opening, 11,340 plus 13,860 plus 10,800 plus 21,600. Are you getting 75,600? Yes. And lastly, IGST 18,000 plus 21,240 plus 26,150. Are we getting 65,390? Check. Check. Now what I'm trying to do is just checking once in our answers. This is question number 15, right? Yes. See this. 81,600, 75,600 and 65,390. Clear? Now go ahead and write down net GST liability. So, or computation of net GST payable. Are you ready, friends, for net GST payable? For so and so month, whatever month it is. So, computation of net GST payable. Particulars CGST, SGST and IGST all figures in rupees. Okay. A point, output tax. Start with output tax. What output tax you will have? Yeah, it was given to in the beginning only. 10,40,000 of intrastate. Intrastate 10,40,000 into 9% each. 93,600 CGST, 93,600 SGST dash IGST. And B point, interstate supplies. So friends, your interstate supplies are 4,20,000. Can you do 4,20,000 into 18%? You must be getting 75,600. So friends, after that you have export under LUT, that is export under letter of undertaking. So export under LUT is zero rated. There is no GST. So dash dash dash. So what is your total output tax? Isn't your total output tax 93,600, 93,600 and 75,600? Yes, sir. Now go ahead and do less input tax credit. First, you are going to use IGST to pay IGST. So ITC of IGST to pay IGST, and it is 65,390 only. When it is 65,390 only, it is going to get exhausted. So ITC of then CGST to pay CGST. You know ITC of CGST is 81,600. That is also going to get exhausted here itself. Then friends, ITC of SGST to pay SGST. I know that is 75,600. That is also going to get exhausted here itself. Now tell me, what is your net GST payable? What is your net GST payable? 93,600 minus 81,600. Isn't it 12,000? 600 less 75,600. Isn't it 18,000? And lastly, 75,600 less 65,390. Isn't it 10,210? So did you all get this answers of net GST payable? So friends, last about 64-65 minutes, we have done these two questions in detail. So many times, my wish is that, that I do the questions in depth with you. So I hope that you have all understood this well. And all of you, have you liked the video? Have you subscribed to the channel? Have you hit the bell icon? Shall we go ahead? Many ITC questions to come in the upcoming sessions. But before that, I want to go to TDS and TCS if you are ready. So friends, till date in our batch, see, just think silently what all we have done. Scope of supply, exemptions, value of supply, time of supply, place of supply, input tax credit. Okay. As we go ahead, we will do refunds also, and we will do TDS, TCS. So which one topic I did not count? Scope of supply. We have done reverse charge mechanism also. So these 7 topics we have done till date. Are you happy with the batch that is going on? Do let me know in the comments. Let's now start with TDS and TCS under GST. Before going to this topic, if I can brief you on TDS, you will find the entire topic very simple. Once say TDS in the chat window when you are ready, friends. Let's do. So, what is TDS? Tax deduction deducted at source or tax deduction at source. But we are talking about TDS under GST. We are talking about TDS under GST, which is discussed in section 51 of CGST Act. Very good. So now clearly understand. See, I always give this example, very simple example. L&T is there, Larsen and Toubro, all of you know. So this L&T is giving a supply to government department. To whom it is giving a supply? To a government department. You know, some work of say highway is to be done. So can I say L&T is supplier, government department is recipient of supply? Yes, absolutely. Section 52 is about TCS, tax collected at source. Right now I am discussing tax deducted at source. Okay. Now see, first of all, these provisions of TDS of section 51 of CGST Act, they are applicable not always. They are applicable only in notified cases. Only for notified. Whom? Only for notified deductors. Only for notified deductors. One. Okay. And only for the deductors, only for notified deductors, and only for those who are mentioned in section 51. So don't, whatever we are discussing, don't assume it will apply always. Okay, it will apply only in notified cases and specific cases only. So understand, say 10 crore rupees is the value of supply. What is the value of supply? 10 crore rupees is the value of supply. On this, there is a GST of 1 crore 80 lakhs. On this, GST is at 1 crore, at 18% is 1 crore 80 lakhs. Make sense? Now, when government department will pay to L&T, mind you, we are talking just about GST. They will not pay GST of 1 crore 80 lakhs. What they will do, out of 1 crore 80 lakhs, they will do TDS. 1 crore 80 lakhs. I think I have exaggerated the figure. And now the figure is correct. They will do TDS at 2%. They will do TDS at 2% of value of supply, of the payment amount. So 10 crores, 2% is how much? It is 20 lakhs. So they will do TDS of 20 lakhs and they will pay only 1 crore 60 lakhs of GST. So friends, now supplier will pay to government the GST of 1 crore 60 lakhs. So I will say 1.6 crores. And this government department means recipient of supply will pay balance 0.2 crores, means 20 lakhs. So overall GST that government collects on this transaction is 1.8 crores itself. Clear? No loss, no loss. Only thing is, instead of recipient of supply giving full 1.8 crores to the supplier, they give only 1.6 crore to supplier and 20 lakh to government on behalf of supplier. Getting it? Now government puts that 20 lakh in the supplier's e-cash ledger. Where? In the supplier's e-cash ledger. So eventually that 20 lakh goes to supplier, but who pays that is the recipient of supply. So can I say here recipient of supply is called as deductor. This is called as deductee. Okay, because they want some increased transparency for tax evasion to go down, to create, you know, more and more accountability. These type of provisions are introduced. Okay, now understand one thing in this case. So when are the above provisions applicable? There should be deductor, there should be proper deductor as per section 51. So this deductor is supposed to be government department, or it should be public sector company. Public sector company. Then these provisions become applicable. Okay, government department, or it should be public sector company, then these provisions are applicable. Secondly, what is the rate of this TDS? So rate of this TDS is 1% CGST, 1% SGST. And if it's an interstate supply, then IGST at 2%. So these are the rates of TDS. And this becomes applicable only if value under contract, means only if contract value exceeds 2.5 lakhs. Okay, and contract value of what? Of taxable supply. Contract value of taxable supply should exceed 2.5 lakhs, and contract value should be calculated excluding GST. Have you all understood? Yes, sir. There's one doubt here. I'll just read that doubt. No, no. It's not like that. You have misinterpreted the rule. E-cash ledger, you will get the credit in the e-cash ledger. Okay. So basically, understand, are you involving 86B in this, Kamlesh ji? So 86B is a separate rule. That's a different issue altogether. That just 86B just says that when your turnover in a month is exceeding rupees 50 lakh, then you should pay at least 1% through e-cash ledger. Means maximum you can pay using your e-credit ledger is 99% of the output tax liability. That's altogether different. I'm just saying that this TDS of 20 lakh which is done goes to the government. Government then gives it to supplier in their e-cash ledger. Now how to use balance in e-cash ledger is the headache of supplier. Got it? It is supplier's money. It finally reaches to supplier. Got it? Fine. So now understand. Overall, this is done. Now let's see practical questions on this. Are you ready for the practical questions? And there is one point which hardly anyone will tell you, but remember that point properly, Nimmi and Kamlesh and Chinu and all of you. Remember this point properly. There is a no TDS situation. There is one no TDS situation. Okay, I will explain you what is that no TDS situation. Okay, when LOS and POS is in same state, okay, and ROS is in different state. Never forget this. Whenever they ask you question on TDS, they are going to test you on this point. LOS and POS is in same state. Example, Delhi. So there will be CGST plus SGST. Do you agree? Because it is an intrastate supply. LOS and POS is in same state. But ROS is in, say, Maharashtra. So friends, supplier is in Delhi, recipient of supply is in Maharashtra. This person, while selling goods of 10 lakhs or giving services of 10 lakhs, has charged CGST and SGST of Delhi, means CGST say 90,000 and SGST of Delhi 90,000. Now Maharashtra recipient of supply will have to make entire payment of 1,80,000 of GST. Why? Because it cannot do TDS of this 90,000 which has to go to Delhi government, because recipient of supply in Maharashtra is not able to transfer the TDS amount to the Delhi government. That's why this is a no TDS situation. But you will say, sir, why and in what situations this will happen? So remember, in this example, suppose supplier is architect. Suppose supplier is architect and property is going to be designed in Delhi. So place of supply is Delhi, LOS Delhi, POS Delhi. So they will charge CGST plus SGST of Delhi. But ROS is in Maharashtra. Say Maharashtra governments, one of the office has to be set up in Delhi. This is Maharashtra state government is ROS. There one of the offices to be set up in Delhi. That's why they have taken the service of Delhi's architect. So can happen. Now Maharashtra state government is registered in Maharashtra. So they will not do any TDS in this situation. Entire 180 they will give to the Delhi architect as usual. Understood? I am not saying this is no GST situation. I am saying this is no TDS situation. Is it clear, Pihu, Kamlesh, Shruti, Chinu, Nimi? Let's see now questions based on all these things. So today let us do questions on TDS also and TCS also. Let's see. There is one supplier Y. Very good. There is one supplier Y, registered person under GST. Okay. Who makes a supply worth 23,600 inclusive of GST to a municipality. Can you see? Local authority. So can I say supplier, here is supplier and recipient of supply is municipality. So it is supposed to deduct TDS. Where the contract value is 25 lakhs. Congratulations. Contract value is 25 lakhs. Means TDS provisions are applicable. The rate of GST applicable is 18%. Both supplier and deductor municipality are in same state. Means they both are in same Maharashtra. Fantastic. Both are in Maharashtra. So actually there will be TDS. I am assuming place of supply is also Maharashtra. I am assuming there is CGST plus SGST. See, don't see the payment to be made. See the contract value. Contract value is exceeding rupees 2.5 lakh. Please do TDS. So 23,600 is equal to 118. So can you do 23,600 into 100 upon 118? So can you see the value is 20,000. Yes, value is 20,000. Can you do 20,000 into 1%? So friends, TDS will be 200 each of CGST and SGST. Did you understand? Whether TDS, yes, TDS is required to be done by municipality. So when municipality makes payment, to supplier, it will do TDS of 200 CGST, 200 SGST. Is it clear? What will be the net payment to supplier Y after TDS? So supplier Y will get 23,600 value plus GST minus 200 CGST TDS minus 200 SGST TDS. So net payment to him will be 23,200. Did you all get it, friends? Check. $23,200 will be net payment. See, applicability of TDS? Yes, applicable. As per 51, recipient is government department or local authority and the contract value exceeds 2.5 lakhs, which is exceeding, yes, in this case 25 lakhs. TDS must be deducted. So, value of supply 20,000, central tax 1800, state tax 1800, total payment 23,600, central tax 200, TDS and state tax 1%, so total TDS 400, net payment 23,200. Make sense? Yes, sir. Let us go ahead. Supplier Z of Chennai makes a taxable supply worth 15,000 and an exempted supply worth 25,000 in a single invoice to Ministry of Health. See, Ministry of Health, Government of India, located in Kolkata. The contract value for taxable supply is as follows. So friends, supplier Tamil Nadu, recipient of supply is in, so supplier Z of Chennai makes a taxable supply and exempted supply, okay, to Ministry of Health, Government of India. So basically recipient of supply West Bengal. Okay, now friends, if you see the contract value is given, contract value of taxable supply is 4,80,000 including GST of 18%. Take on your calci 4,80,000 into 100 divided by 118. So actually the contract value comes to 4,06,780, means it exceeds 2.5 lakhs. Yes, so there has to be TDS. Don't look at the exempt payment. Now the payment released by Ministry of Health, okay, is 15,000. Right now in this tranche, they are in this installment, they are paying 15,000. So on 15,000 there will be TDS of 2%, because in this case there will be IGST, because place of supply is West Bengal, location of supplier Tamil Nadu, place of supply West Bengal, there will be IGST. So 300 rupees, 15,000 into 2% will be TDS. Make sense, all of you? They have given you also that total IGST was 2,700 and 25,000 was exempted value. In that case, there will be no TDS for exempted value. Determine whether TDS is applicable. Yes. Calculate the amount of TDS already done, 300, and net payment to supplier. So we will pay him 15,000, the value, plus 2,700 GST, but from that minus TDS, but plus 25,000 exempted value of supply. Take on your calci 15,000 plus 2,700 minus 300 plus 25,000. You must be getting 42,400. Check whether all of you are getting 42,400. But did you understand? See, section 51, TDS is required because recipient is government department. Contract value is exceeding 2.5 lakh. Okay, recipient is Ministry of Health. Contract value is 4 lakh 80,000, but it is not exactly 480 because contract value should exclude GST. So it is 4 lakh 6,780. It exceeds 2.5 lakhs, so TDS is applicable. How is TDS calculation happening? 15,000 into 2%. So finally, as we discussed, see this 42,400 is the net payment to supplier. TDS to be done is 300 rupees. Make sense, all of you? So if such questions are asked of TDS, you will be able to handle. Okay. Friends, it doesn't matter even if person is in composition scheme. Even if supplier is in composition scheme, then also TDS should be done. Okay. So third question you can go through. I am giving you as a homework. Fourth question, understood na? Means supplier is in composition scheme or not. You don't have to check it. TDS will be done even if supplier is in composition scheme. Then now I want to do such question where something different will be there. So this also you can do as homework. Repetitive questions. So that's why. This we can do now. All of you on with me on fifth question. Raj and company registered person under GST New Delhi. So friends, provided interior decorating services. So Raj and company supplier is in Delhi. Yes sir, it is in Delhi. It has given services to state government of Andhra Pradesh. It has given services to state government of Andhra Pradesh, which is registered in Andhra Pradesh. But the services were provided at Andhra Bhavan in Delhi. So friends, POS is also Delhi. So this is the thing I was telling you. Supplier LOS is in Delhi, POS is in Delhi, but location of ROS is in Andhra Pradesh. So friends, there will be CGST plus SGST applicable, SGST of Delhi. Now, no TDS situation is existing because recipient of supply who is an Andhra Pradesh cannot pay amount to the Delhi government. So he has to nicely give entire GST amount to supplier himself. This is exactly no TDS situation that I was talking about. Did you get the point, friends? So see, fifth question. Location of supplier New Delhi, place of supply New Delhi, as per section 12(3). In relation to an immovable property, services are given. So place of supply is where that immovable property is located or intended to be located. So it is Delhi. LOS Delhi, POS Delhi. Recipient registration is in Andhra Pradesh. Okay. As per 12(3) of IGST Act, For services directly related to immovable property, place of supply is location of immovable property. So in this case, it will be Delhi. Supply's location is also Delhi. So it is an intrastate supply. TDS applicability under 51, but TDS is not applicable. TDS is not applicable. Why? In this case, because location of supplier and place of supply are in a different state from the state or UT of registration of recipient. I told you the same thing in a simple language. LOS and POS are in same state and ROS is in another different state. Okay, so TDS is not applicable in this case. So nicely, don't do any TDS. Whatever 50 lakh rupees is the value of supply, on that calculate CGST and SGST. Whatever is the invoice value, that total invoice value ROS should pay to the supplier without doing any TDS. Make sense? Now friends, may I go to telling you the concept of TCS? If you are ready, let me know in the chat window. We will go to the TCS, tax collected at source. What is TCS concept? Understand. And then easily with any one example, I will explain you TCS and then we can end today's session. What is this? I can see so less students have liked the session. I know you all are engrossed in watching the session, so you forgot to like it, but please do like the session. Okay. Now comes concept of TCS, that is tax collection or collected at source. This is under section 51, 52. So friends, remember there is a supplier here and this supplier is selling goods to customer. Supplier is selling goods to customer but not directly. Supplier has listed his goods on ECO. ECO like Amazon, ECO like Flipkart, and many ECOs you know. So actually, say he's selling shoes. He's selling say shoes, example, through ECO. Now understand, the shoes are worth 1000 plus there is GST of 180. What happens? Customer first pays to whom? Customer first pays to ECO, then ECO pays to supplier. So at this point, what government says, out of this 180 rupees GST, let 0.5% of value, which is 0.5% of 1000. 0.5% of 1000 is how much? 5 rupees. Let 5 rupees be TCS and let balance 175 be given to the supplier. Got the point? So 0.5% is TCS. So TCS is at what percentage? TCS, if it is CGST, SGST, it will be at 0.25% each. And if it is IGST, it will be at 0.5%. Understood the percentages of TCS? Yes, sir. So this is how TCS will operate. And mind you, TCS will operate when there are three parties. Supplier and ECO are two separate parties. Means supplier is supplying the goods via ECO, then only TCS will come into picture. Okay, so let's see question based on this, and then after one question we can literally end today's session. And many 9-5 questions also I have put here. When 9-5 is there, means it is liability of ECO itself to pay GST. Then of course there will be no question of TCS in such case. If it is liability of ECO itself to pay GST, like in cab operator service or accommodation service which is supplied by unregistered person, okay, then in such cases it is liability of ECO itself to pay GST. So when it is liability of ECO itself to pay GST, there is no question of TCS. See now, Rajveer, a trader in MP, started supplying taxable goods locally. By 30th June, his aggregate turnover reached 9,20,000. He now considers listing his products on e-commerce platform Bazario Mart and ECO, and that too to sell within MP. Can Rajveer supply goods through Bazario Mart without GST registration? Very interesting. Very interesting. So basically, there is one point, there is one special point. Usually, registration under GST is compulsory. Usually, you will have to compulsorily take registration in GST if you are supplying goods through ECO. But there is an exception. See, so Rajveer can supply goods through Bazario Mart, means ECO, without obtaining GST registration. But what are the conditions for that? So there is a notification number 34 by 2023 CT for that, which allows exemption if turnover is below 40 lakhs. He is doing only intrastate supplies and he is selling only in one state. He declares his PAN, business address and state on the GST portal. He obtains unique enrollment number. He holds only one enrollment number per state. Okay. And enrollment will lapse when he obtains GST registration. So in this case, if that Rajiv starts to do business through ECO only in one state, then it is okay even if he does not obtain registration. Then what, there will be no GST in this question if he remains unregistered. So there is no TCS also in this question, in this case. That is the point. So very nice question. Now next one, Hillview Stays, which is unregistered hotel. Oh ho ho, unregistered hotel giving supply through ECO. Now whose liability to pay GST? ECO. That OYO, Airbnb example. Service provider located in Uttarakhand offers room accommodation services via e-commerce platform Stay Cart Private Limited and ECO registered under GST. Total value of accommodation services supplied to customer Mr. Raghav is 1 lakh. Later in the year, Hillview Stays exceeds registration threshold later in the year and obtains GST registration. So, first of all, when it was not having GST registration, the supplier, then it is liability of ECO to pay GST. So, explain whether Hillview Stay need to obtain registration while supplying through ECO. The answer is only if aggregate turnover exceeds the threshold limit. Who is liable to pay GST when Hillview Stays is unregistered? When Hillview stays is unregistered, liability of ECO. Who is liable to collect TCS when Hillview becomes registered? When that hotel becomes registered, then it is hotel's liability to pay GST, and TCS will be collected by ECO. What happens when multiple ECOs are involved in a single transaction? When multiple ECOs are involved, then see. So first of all, let's go step by step. No, GST registration not mandatory where turnover is below 20 lakhs. Okay, clear? Then in this case means when our supplier is unregistered, then ECO is liable to pay GST. Okay. See, so taxable value will be 1 lakh and there will be GST of 99,000 each. Once Hillview stay crosses 20 lakhs and registered under GST, then Hillview stays is liable to pay GST. Okay, and this Staycart Private Limited ECO must collect TCS. The TCS is at 0.25% each of CGST and SGST. Clear? If multiple ECOs are involved and supply side ECO is also supplied, then buyer side ECO must collect TCS. That's fine. Main was you understanding the basics. So I hope it is absolutely clear, friends, to you. Yes, sir. The basics are clear now of TDS and TCS, and we'll be able to solve the questions based on the same. So may I come to the index and write down some comments in the index? So yes, TDS, TCS, most of the questions are done. Fantastic. Some of the questions of ITC are pending. We have written that here. Very nice. So friends, I hope we all are going in the perfect direction. Okay. Absolutely in the perfect direction we all are going. Keep on having faith on yourself. Keep on doing the things consistently. Success will be yours. I'm 100% sure, friends, you have subscribed to the channel, you have hit the bell icon, you have liked the video, and as I always say, you know, in the chartered accountancy, in the CA, the C is standing for consistency. So stay consistent, daily keep on studying, okay, and you will find success. Thank you so much. See you in tomorrow's session. Till then, keep smiling, keep studying, and do share this video with someone who might